All right, folks, I have 5 o'clock Eastern time, so we'll go ahead and get started. If you can hear my voice, and you should be able to see a short PowerPoint on your screen. If you can hear my voice and see the PowerPoint, if you could just give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat box, please. All right, great. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. This is EDU 545, Curriculum and Assessment for Teacher Leaders. My name is Dustin Broombaugh. I'm an adjunct professor here. Um, we'll jump right in. Just real quick, a little bit about me. I've taught here um, for a few years now. I'm a former middle school math teacher, former elementary school principal. Now I'm at full-time jobs, director of human resources, Madison County Schools in Richmond, Kentucky. So kind of a plethora of different experiences in my past dealing with curriculum and instruction as a teacher, as a principal. I don't deal with it quite as much in human resources now, but definitely like working with practicing professionals here. So kind of the purpose for tonight. All right, kind of a couple things. The biggest thing's probably just familiarity and expectations. We're going to kind of go through all the expectations for the course, get you familiar with the class site and Canvas. I know a few of you have already done that form for the first day of class, so we'll kind of go through all that. But the biggest thing is I just wanted to preface and get you familiar with everything and all the expectations of the course. So let's jump right in. So what I've done here is obviously I have our Canvas class site on the screen here. Um, I know different professors do it a little bit different, but most of mine, if you'll stay on the modules link or tab, I guess a better way to say it. If you go on the modules tab, that's probably going to be was my intent to make it as organized and as user friendly for you as possible. So mine does look a little bit different than yours because if you were in it right now, you would notice that I believe after week one you can't see a whole lot, or if so, you can't access some of those. But I'm going to give you a short little snapshot of all that. Um, um, Moving forward in the course. While I'm thinking about it, I do want to let you know that tomorrow you should see this online class meeting information go away, and I'll put the recording of tonight's class up here. We will not, repeat, not meet on a regular basis. Um, for the most part, you'll complete the assignments and go through the information here in Canvas. We will meet one other time for sure. Probably more like weeks 3 or 4, probably more like week 4 is my best guess right now. Where that's when I'll go over the kind of the anchor assessment, the culminating project of the course. So my plan for today is to go through everything except for that final project. You'll know all the information when we get done here. Now, if in between times you have questions, I don't mind to set up. Just shoot me an email. It's on the syllabus. It's here on the screen as well. I don't mind to set up a one-on-one phone call. Maybe set up a Zoom meeting one-on-one. If you run into times where you feel you're unsure about something, please reach out. I check my email a few times a day. I have it on my phone, so I just ask that you, if it's course related, even though I work in Madison County, I try to keep those separate. So if you would just try to reach out to me at this Georgetown College email address, please. All right, so back to the Canvas class site. A little bit of welcome info. I can't preface enough this first day of class discussion board located at the top of Canvas. Everyone needs to, in this class, must complete this first day of class discussion board. It's not worth any points, but I will grade it. And here's why. And you probably know this already from other courses you may have taken. All right, Georgetown College requires that every student take some sort of action, and then the professor, me, also takes some sort of action to verify your attendance for the course. It's my understanding that if you do not complete this today, that you could be administratively dropped from the course. So I know about half of you had completed it today. It wasn't even available till today. So one of two things, if you'll, it'll take you 3 minutes probably while we're going through this, if you'll hurry up and do it, or if as soon as we're done, and we'll probably meet for 15, 20 more minutes tonight. It'll be short and sweet. As soon as we're done, if you'll complete it as well. But I just want to preface, remember, it's not worth any points. So when I go in there and grade it and give you a 0, as you can see right here on it, it's due October the 10th today, worth 0 points. When I grade it, I'm going to give you a 0 out of 0. So don't think I'm docking any points and you've done something wrong. It's, again, just to verify your attendance. All right, next, let's go look at the syllabus here. You could click on it, but I already have it open. All right, so the syllabus for the class, it's in a Word document there. Again, my name, that's my cell phone. Again, I still think the best way to reach me is going to be through my Georgetown College email, but if you really need to give me a call or shoot me a text, then do so. Just kind of going through the highlights here. All right, there, the class book, classroom assessment, what teachers need to know, 7th edition. Folks, there is, I believe, an 8th edition out there. You can still buy the 7th edition. It's going to be a lot cheaper for you and all that. So here we go. I've pulled it up here in Amazon. I don't care where you buy it. This is what the book looks like. It's like we have a little girl. I believe it's a girl. Looks like she's writing on the front cover there. 7th edition. Right below it has the ISBN number. You can see, again, I don't care where you buy it, but you can see it here that you can rent it for $12. You can buy it used for $17. I'd recommend one of those. It's a good book. It's a fairly easy read. We will use it. I'm not going to ask you to buy a book that you're not necessarily going to use in the class. That would be ridiculous. But I'd encourage you to rent it or to buy it used. You should be able to get it to your house, rented or used for $20 or less when you include shipping and all that stuff. Especially if you're a Prime member. Again, if you want to get it from the bookstore as well, that's fine. But just preface the 7th edition. All right, live text support. Not a ton being done in this class in live text. I know that you'll need to. There's a dispositions thing that I fill out on behalf of each of you. I believe, yeah, you'll have to upload, I believe, let me go back to Canvas here. Maybe not. There might not be anything else due in this class. I'm getting this one and another class confused. There may not be anything in live text. I'll definitely preface that on our next class meeting. Again, there's tons of objectives and things that we'll cover in here. I'm trying to get down to the things you find important. Class outline, we don't necessarily, well, in fact, we're not following the book chapters in exact order. I'm going to come to another document that I've developed that's a lot more user-friendly that kind of tells you what things are due and when. But that is in our syllabus here. As you can tell, for the first week, chapters 1, 2, and 12. And then you have the forum, so on and so forth. But again, I have this developed in a different document that's a little bit more user-friendly. So I'm going to skip down to those, and I'll come back to that information. All right, you have 5 online forums, discussion boards, whatever you call it, same thing. So 5 of those, each are worth 10 points for 50 points total. You'll have 3 papers due. Again, I'll show you these here in a moment. 3 papers, each worth 25 points for 75 points total. And then your core assessment, anchor assessment, whatever you want to call it, it's worth 125 points for the class. And if I keep scrolling down, here we go. So this is kind of broken down. 93 to 100 is an A, 85 to 92 is a B, 75 to 84 is a C, and anything below a 75, there are no D's in this class. Everything below a 75 would be considered failing. So you have your 5 forums times 10 points for 50 points. 3 papers times 25 points, 75 points. Your final project, 125 points. So there are 250 points total in this class. So again, going back to Canvas, at the top, there's your syllabus. Right below that is a schedule for assignments and due dates. That's what I'm referring to, that I feel at least is a lot more user-friendly. All right, kind of tells you some of the due dates for each of those. So this class, week 1, I have it set up that it's October the 10th today. All right, each week starts on a Thursday. Since this class started on a Thursday, it rolls from Thursday and ends on a Wednesday. Week 2 starts on a Thursday, ends on a Wednesday. Okay, so for this week, you do have form number 1 or discussion board, same thing. All right, where you do your original post by Sunday at midnight, and then by Wednesday, respond to 3 of your peers. So again, there are 4 total posts. The first one, I ask that you complete it by Sunday. The next 3 to your peers due by Wednesday. You can do all 4 of them on Sunday, I don't care, but just trying to give everybody enough time. Everybody at least responded by Sunday, gives everybody enough time to do that. I will work with you. Again, I'll preface that. I will work with you on the first week forum. Always do in all my classes, because people are just now ordering the book. The book might not be in for a few days, things like that. So I'll work with you on the week 1 forum. Now, by the end of week 2, and you've still not completed all of it, well, then unfortunately I'm going to go ahead and grade it though. But so if you've not ordered that book yet, if you would also try to order that tonight as well, please. Week 2, you have a forum, just like week 1, and your first paper. Week 3 is a forum. Week 4 is a forum and a paper. I'm anticipating, and I'll post it soon and let you know, that I'm anticipating having another class meeting probably during week 3 or week 4. Week 5, you have your last forum. Week 6, you have your last paper. And then week 7 is when you have that core assessment due. So again, other students have taken this class before, felt like this was helpful. It's pretty straightforward and clear on what's due when. Again, back to Canvas, schedule of assignments and due dates. Next is the notes and assignments document. All right, this is basically just kind of an outline of things to be thinking about and pay attention to you as you read the different chapters for that specific week. Kind of helps hone in on a few things that I found important to pay attention to. That's basically the main objective for doing that. Gives you a lot of different things to pay attention to as you read those chapters. So again, just make sure you pay attention. Notice, like, for week 1, it's chapters 1, chapter 2, and chapter 12 are the 3 for that week. So that's what that refers to. I'm back into Canvas, clicking on modules. So I've been through everything, all of the class information at the top. So under week 1 then is the discussion board. Just simply click on the discussion board / form number 1. All right, kind of gives you the directions there, and then your prompt. Why do teachers need to know so much about assessment? What do you need to know? All right, so again on these, as it says at the top there, your first response needs to be by Sunday night, and then your 3 peer responses need to be by that Wednesday. Kind of how I view it is your first original one. I put on there 250 words or more, folks. I'm not counting your words. I'm just looking for at least two solid paragraphs that's well written, that is good grammar, good punctuation, good clean writing. 2 solid paragraphs that very specifically answers the prompt for that week. Then go to 3 peers and respond to 3 of them. I don't know if I really go into detail here, but I'm just looking for a solid paragraph responding to your peers. So for 4 total posts, you do all 4 total posts, do them on time. Remember, week 1, I'll work with you, but do them on time. Good writing, good grammar, answers the prompt, it should be an easy 10 out of 10 for you. All right, so that's week 1. Again, I'll work with you on the first one. Week 2, you have another discussion board. Again, just like the first one. All right, just like the first one. If you need to know, well, what's it on that week, remember, you can go back to where's it at here? There we go. The assignments and schedule assignments, I'm sorry, notes and assignments, it tells you in there as well, and it's also on your syllabus. But week 2, you have that discussion board, and then you also have your first paper. Read the assigned article and write a reflection of 2 pages or more. The paper should be double spaced in 12 font. So here's your paper, I'm sorry, the article. All right, so the first week's article deals with form assessment that truly informs instruction. So read that article and then just write a 2-page, I'll call it a reflection/summary. A reflection/summary. 2 pages or more, should be double spaced, 12 font. Just give me a summary. What was the main highlights of it? Show me that you did read it. And then reflection. What did you take away from it? Again, as long as you follow all the expectations, double spaced, 12 font, reflection and summary. I want to preface, a good full 2 pages, not 1.5, but 2 or more. If it's well written, good grammar, punctuation, again, you'll do fine. Once you're done with that, put it in a Word document, you can put it in a PDF, whatever, but upload that to paper number where it says paper number 1. Now that you've seen weeks 1 and 2, the following weeks are quite similar. Week 3, discussion board. Week 4, discussion board and another paper. All right, this one, the article, same directions. This week is called Inside the Black Box, Raising Standards Through Classroom Assessment. That is, that's the week's article for week 4 for doing that. Week 5 is discussion board. Week 6 is your third and final paper. And then lastly, week 7, you can tell there's nothing there yet. That's when we meet, in a couple of weeks from now, again, I'll post that. That's when we're going to go through the kind of the anchor assessment, core assessment, whatever you want to call it, the final project. I'll highlight that. So right now, believe it or not, we're 20 minutes in the class. I've went through all the expectations for the class. No surprises. Even though when you log in, you might not be able to click on all the things on week 2. If you look like under week 2, I know it doesn't. I don't know if it shows in yours, but we'll unlock on October 16th is what I have it set up for. So even though this class doesn't start, that week doesn't start to the 17th, the day before, I have it opening up for you. It'll automatically open up. All right, this is the point where I'll take some questions. If you have any questions, put it in the chat box. But I've kind of went through Canvas, so you know all the expectations. I've went through the syllabus and the different due dates. If you've not ordered the book and don't have it yet, I preface, please do that as soon as possible. I've had this built for a couple weeks. I believe if you did go in and look on the syllabus, some of you I think already have the book because you saw it a week or 2 ago. But then again, I can't preface enough. Make sure you do that first day of class discussion board. So, does anybody have any questions? Is the 8th edition book okay? Yes, Kelly, the 8th edition book is okay. You're probably going to spend more on it. And then obviously, when you go through the notes and assignments, it's not going to match up with that as well. But if you've already bought the 8th edition, that's fine. If you've not bought the book yet, I'd encourage you to buy the 7th edition. I know it's older, but it's still quality content. It's, again, my goal always is to find a book that is going to be worth your while, and a book that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. So this one here was less than $20 used. Well, the core assessment based off of our readings. No, it's you're gonna actually, if I remember correctly, it's been a year since I taught this course, but off the top of my head, you're actually gonna perform an assessment, analyze it, and different stuff like that, if I remember correctly. So no, it's not from the readings. But good question. Other questions from anybody? Okay, so again, preface before we hop off here then. First day of class discussion board. I don't want to see anybody get administratively dropped. So if you have not done that already, please go ahead and as soon as we're done here, go ahead and crack that out. Purchase the book. Week 1 discussion board. Remember, I'll work with you on the first week, but on week 2, I'm gonna hold pretty firm on them deadlines. Just trying to be transparent about that ahead of time. I will stay behind if anybody has any questions. Remember, the recording should be up sometime tomorrow. It might end up being tomorrow evening, but I'll put it up tomorrow. I'll stay behind if anybody has any questions. But otherwise, folks, please reach out to me if you have any question. No question's a dumb question. Looking forward to working with you, folks. Thank you.